Good morning, one and all. I hope you are fine in this pandemic situation. I am Professor Shreya Trivedi from AKDMC Jamnagar, and in the previous, first of all, let me introduce the paper. This is the lecture for SYBA SEM 3, and it is for the main English students that and the paper number is CC 6. Okay, today we are going to have a look on the character list of Emma, a novel written by Jane Austen. In the previous lectures we have studied the summary of Emma. Okay, the main character, the lead role in the novel Emma is Emma Woodhouse. She is handsome, clever, and rich. Emma is a 21-year-old daughter of a wealthy gentleman, accustomed to having her own way and cursed with a disposition to think a little too well for herself. Okay, she is very handsome means beautiful. Here, handsome means beautiful. She is very beautiful, clever, and rich enough. Okay, and she is a 1 year old daughter of one of the wealthy gentleman, uh, who is accustomed to having her own way means she is having her own way, her own thinking. Okay, although a meddler who demonstrated meddling self confidence, Emma is generally well intentioned. The novel is essentially a story of how Emma matures from a clever young woman to a more modest and considerate woman able to accept the idea of love. Okay, as seen in the summary in the previous lectures, at first, in the beginning of the novel, Emma is very clever. Okay, yet being clever, she doesn't understand what is love and all these things, and later on at the end of the novel she realizes what is true love, and she behaves very maturely. At first she was not that much mature compared to uh, at the end of the novel. Okay, then comes Mr. George Knightley, a sensible man of 37. His brother had married Emma's elder sister Isabella. Courteous, noble, sincere, and intelligent. He is a paragon for behavior, yet not afraid to correct Emma for her mistakes. He marries Emma at the end of the novel. We can say the hero of the novel, that is Mr. George Knightley. He was a very sensible man, and he was the brother of a person who was Emma's uh, elder sister's husband. Okay, means what, આપણે શુદ્ધ દેશી ભાષામાં કહીએ ને તો એની બેન નો દેર થાય. Okay, so he was very courteous, he was very noble, and he was very intelligent. Okay, he was very matured in the beginning itself, and he was not afraid to correct Emma's mistakes. Okay, uh, and at the end, Emma and George gets married. Okay, they both love each other and they get married. Harriet Smith, a short, plump, and a fair girl of 17. She is of somewhat dubious origin. Emma is mostly responsible for bringing Harriet into Highbury society and constantly instructs and advises her, although not always to her benefit. Emma fills her with a pretension that is inappropriate for her status. In the end, she marries Mr. Martin, a farmer that Emma considers too coarse but is more appropriate in status for Harriet. Okay, Harriet is second important character, third important character, we can say. She is short, plump, and a girl of 17. Okay, she doesn't know about her parents, and Emma is mostly feeling herself responsible for Harriet and her matchmaking. Okay, she instructs her everywhere, she advises her everywhere, and at the end, uh, she marries to Mr. Martin. Okay, after a long debatable session of her life with Emma, she later on at the end of the novel marries Mr. Martin, who was a farmer, and this Mr. Martin as we said in the summary, that he was the one who proposed Emma for the first time when they were returning um, from that ball party. Okay, and due to that only, Emma doesn't felt that he is right for her. Then it is Frank Churchill, the son of Mr. Weston. He was brought up by his uncles, the Churchills, who could better support him at that time. Frank Churchill was the son of Mr. Weston, and he was living with his uncle after the death of his mother. That is, uncle's name is the Churchills. Okay, Highbury society eagerly anticipates his visit to his newly married father, but he consistently delays. Okay, Highbury constantly, they were inviting him for the visit to his father, who has recently been married. Okay, but he ignores every time. Frank Churchill is somewhat shallow, more interested in pursuing pleasure than any concrete pursuits, but he is also handsome and charming enough to attract Emma. He is secretly engaged to Jane Fairfax but cannot reveal this because the aunt who raised him would strenuously object. Okay, he was also very handsome and charming. Okay, and due to all these things, Emma gets attracted to him, but later on she finds that he is secretly um, engaged to Jane Fairfax. Okay, and he is doing so just because his aunt doesn't like it. Okay, and he thinks that his aunt will make him out of the property, and so he never ever wanted to reveal that he is secretly engaged to Jane Fairfax. Then comes Jane Fairfax, an orphan, the only child of Mrs. Bates' youngest daughter. Upon her mother's death, she was taken in by Colonel Campbell, who served with her father in the army. The same age as Emma, she is equally talented, charming, and well regarded, a fact that quite vexes Emma. She is secretly engaged to Frank Churchill. Okay, she was an orphan child, and she was brought up by one of the person with her father in the army. Okay, she was at the same age as Emma was, and was equally talented, charming, and well regarding. Okay, and this fact always hurts Emma. Okay, and later on Emma uh, gets to know that she is secretly being engaged to Frank Churchill. Then come Mr. Philip Elton, the vicar of the church in Highbury, whom Emma chooses as possible suitor for Harriet Smith. Mr. Elton ultimately reveals his romantic interest in Emma herself, but she rejects him. He marries the pretentious and rude Augusta Hawkins. Okay. Then the next important character is Mr. Philip Elton. He was the vicar of the church in Highbury, whom Emma chooses as possible suitor. Okay, whom Emma thinks that he is perfect for Harriet Smith, but later on he proposes to Emma, which Emma rejects him. Okay, and thus she thinks that he is also not proper for uh, this Harriet Smith. Okay, then later on we can see in the novel that he gets married to a pretentious and rude Augusta Hawkins. Okay, Augusta Hawkins is his wife, and she is very rude to everyone, and even rude to Emma, which in turn Emma also be rude to him. Then comes Mr. Woodhouse. Emma's father is a wealthy man possessed of a large estate, heartfelt, isolated in his estate. Mr. Woodhouse has a few enjoyments. Although he dotes on Emma, he also indulges her more selfish tendencies and is largely unpleasant. His complaints and lack of activity make him appear a much older man than he actually is. Mr. Woodhouse means the father of Emma. He was a very wealthy man. Okay, and he always remains isolated in his estate as his wife is no more. Okay, he is always complaining, and he doesn't have uh, much activity to do. Okay, and because of this he has become old. And we can see that he is presenting himself more old than any before. Then comes Miss Bates, the daughter of Mrs. Bates. Miss Bates is neither young, married, handsome, or rich. She lacks any distinguished traits such as intellectual or cleverness, yet is generally happy and treats others with great goodwill. Emma's cruel treatment of Miss Bates during the picnic at Box Hill is one of the turning points of the novel. Miss Bates is the daughter of Mrs. Bates. Okay, she is neither young, she is not married, she is not beautiful, she is not rich. Everything is lacking in her. Okay, uh, there is nothing like having a intellectual and cleverness in her. Okay, yet is generally happy and treats others with great goodwill. Okay, and the cruel treatment of Emma, okay, with her in the picnic creates a turning point in the novel. Then comes Mrs. Annie Weston, that is Miss Taylor, Emma's governess, who essentially raised Emma after mother died. At the beginning of the book, she marries Mr. Weston, a somewhat older gentleman. Mrs. Weston is an exemplar for Emma, modest and self possessed, but still fails to see many of the faults in Emma that Mr. Knightley strives to correct throughout the novel. Mrs. Annie Weston, that is Mrs. Weston, or in the other words, we can say Miss Taylor. She was the one who took care of Emma after her mother's death. Okay, she was the governess of Emma, and the beginning of the book, she marries to Mr. Weston, and who was somewhat older than older than her. She was an exemplar for Emma, for the behavior which she possessed. Okay, and the things which are taught by her, okay, that are very bad for Emma, but later on Mr. Knightley corrects everything in the novel. Mrs. Elton, or Miss Augusta Hawkins, the daughter of a Bristol merchant who marries Mr. Elton, her status in society rests only on the fact that her sister married very well, and her behavior when she arrives at Highbury is presumptuous, arrogant, and rude. She refuses to treat others with the proper respect they are accorded, including even Mr. Knightley. She was a daughter of a Bristol merchant. Okay, she marries Mr. Elton, and her status uh, is somewhat complicated, and we can see that in the novel she is very rude to everyone. Okay, she is very arrogant, and she doesn't get that much respect. Okay, and she is always fighting with everyone, even with Mr. Knightley and Emma. Mr. Weston, the older man that Miss Taylor marries. Mr. Weston has been married much earlier. From this marriage, he had a son, Frank Churchill, whom he sent away to be raised by his late wife's relatives. He is from a respectable family that has been progressively moving up in society and amassed a modest fortune. Mr. Weston is the oldest man, okay, whom Miss um, Miss Taylor marries. Okay, and the marriage before he had done. Okay, that means the first marriage. From first marriage, he had a son named Frank Churchill, who has been sent to be raised by his late wife's relatives. Okay, from this marriage, he had a son, that is Frank Churchill, and he is from a respectable family and has progressively moving up in society and amassed a modest fortune. Then comes Mrs. Bates, the widow of a former Vicar of Highbury and the mother of Miss Bates. She is considered as a harmless old lady and largely ignored by Highbury society. Okay, she is a widow, and she is the mother of Miss Bates, and um, she is considered harmless old lady, and she is every time ignored in the Highbury society. Then comes Mr. John Knightley, a tall gentleman like clever man, respectable and reserved. He is married to Isabella, Emma's sister. Emma dislikes him somewhat for his severity and lack of patience. Okay, Mr. John Knightley, um, he is tall, gentleman, clever, okay, respectable, and he was the uh, husband of Isabella, that is Emma's sister. Then Emma dislikes him because of some of the reasons, and the reasons are lack of patience and severity, which is seen in his behavior every time. Then comes Robert Martin, a likable farmer who lives on Mr. Knightley's estate. Emma convinces Harriet to reject his first proposal of marriage because she believes that he is too coarse. He marries Harriet at the end of the novel. He is from the farmer family, and he lives in the on Mr. Knightley's estates. Emma convinces that Harriet that he is not good for her, but later on, uh, at the end of the novel, Robert is married to Harriet. Mrs. Isabella Knightley, Emma's elder sister, a pretty, elegant woman of a amiable disposition. She is delicate and pales in comparison to the more sharp-witted Emma. Okay, Mrs. Isabella Knightley, that is the elder sister of Emma. She is pretty, elegant, and amiable disposition means she is clever enough, and she is delicate and very good in comparison to Emma. Then comes Mrs. Goddard, a mistress of the boarding school where girls might be sent to receive a little education. One of her former students is Harriet Smith, who now assists her. Mr. Goddard is the mistress of the boarding school where the girls were getting somewhat education, and one of her students was Harriet Smith, and now she assists her. Okay, so these are some of the major characters which are portrayed in the Emma novel by Jane Austen. I hope you are getting now the idea clear of the characters and the summary of Emma. Okay, in the next lecture we will study about the themes which are portrayed in Emma novel. Okay, thank you, and don't forget to comment your name and roll number in the comment section, and revise what all things we are doing here, so that it has an impact on your mind that we are doing everything very correctly. Okay, okay, then see ya, and see you in the next lecture. Thank you.